What up, you fucking virgin losers?
Yeah.
Today is episode 17.
Is it actually 17?
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 17. Episode 17 of Screaming Into the Void.
Welcome back. We hope you had a good week.
Also, we hope that you've managed to fucking have sex.
Yeah, you virgins.
Yeah, and I just want everyone to know that I base my self-worth on how many women I sleep with.
That's what's important in this life.
Yeah, if you don't sleep with women, then you're a fucking loser.
But inversely, girls that have had sex with more than one dude are sluts.
Yeah.
And they ain't worth a dime.
Yeah.
Even if they've had two serious relationships and they've had sex with both of those people and that's it.
Unacceptable. Yeah. Absolutely unacceptable.
They should be sacrificed.
Yeah.
So
if a girl has slept with over one person, I'm not dating them. I'm not going near them.
True. So what has happened this week? I have one thing that happened. Apparently, some 12 years ago, some shit like that, they irreversibly cured like the first HIV patient.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like 12 years ago, apparently they had someone with HIV and they cured it. Like they actually managed to get rid of the virus in the body. Just a few days ago, or maybe not a few days ago, but a few days ago, this article was published. They did it again. They just cured the second person of HIV long term.
Damn.
So like the article that I was reading like says that like you search into this to yourself because I don't know like the names or anything, but like it was a real article. Like apparently researchers are saying like HIV is curable. It's just like not easy. Like they just haven't figured it out yet. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, it's the same sort of thing. Like obviously, if you ask people, about cell phones 20 years ago, and they'd say, oh, cell phone, that's not going to exist or whatever. And I feel like that's what HIV is right now. And people are like, oh, well, HIV is incurable, and maybe it is curable. Maybe they found a way to cure it. Well, not found a way, but maybe we will soon get to a way to cure HIV. And if scientists are saying that it is curable, it's just difficult, then
I know how they cured it.
What?
It's THC.
Yeah.
All you need to do, if you have HIV, if you have herpes, if you have chlamydia, whatever you have, even if it's cancer, all you need to do is just smoke one joint, and then it will cure you completely, according to scientists on Facebook.
Yeah, 2 puffs, and you're good.
Yeah, the THC and cannabinoids or whatever, however the fuck you pronounce it, it'll cure you completely. Like marijuana is a miracle drug, and I'm just gonna say that because it's a good excuse to just for everyone to just smoke it and be a bunch of potheads.
What do you think the world would be like if everyone smoked weed?
Not productive at all, because there's definitely some people that like are just not meant to smoke weed, and there's people that can be productive, but I don't know. Like I feel like it'd be weird. It'd be hard to imagine a world where every single person is like smoking weed, but it's weird because it was just recently legalized here in Canada. So sometimes it's a weird thought to think about, that like just walking by someone on the sidewalk and they're smoking a joint and you're just like, that guy's ballsy. But then you remember it's legal, and it's weird. It's a weird concept to wrap your head around, but I don't really see a problem with it.
I think I agree. I don't think the world would be very productive, but I think it would be really chill. I feel like everyone would be like, eh.
I think it would be cool if every single person in the world had the right to smoke weed. I think it'd be cool if it was legalized everywhere, and like there's always going to be those people that are going to choose to smoke it or not to smoke it, because it's of course it's not for everyone. So I still feel like the world would be a productive place, but it would just be, it'd be easier if it was legalized. It would just be a lot less stressful for people, and it would be good for economies too, because it's something else that you can tax, and it's something that people are heavily interested in. Like it's like liquor.
Yeah, I'm actually Googling something right now because Canada recently legalized weed. We actually did our first ever podcast episode about that, but we didn't release it.
Yeah.
It's more like a warm-up, but like I'm interested to see.
I actually checked out the just for curiosity, out of curiosity, I checked out the the marijuana part of the NSLC, and I thought it was interesting the layout they had. Yeah, no, I don't really have too much to say on it. I just think it's interesting to see, like, you always see like the liquor store, like, on wherever you may live in Canada, you see that, and then it's weird to see that there's a second part of it now that they also sell weed.
Yeah.
So like, come to this store and get your liquor and weed and your fucking lottery tickets or whatever, and then you're good to go.
Yeah. For those not aware, the NSLC is Nova Scotia's liquor store.
Yeah.
Like, it used to just be like a liquor store, and
Yeah.
now they have cannabis there. Actually, I had an idea for a business. It was going to be called Christian's Fuckaroo.
Oh yeah. Fuck.
For a crazy night. This was before weed was legal, where you go and you buy it. There's weed, tobacco, and alcohol in the same store, because why go to the gas station, the dispensary, and the liquor store when you could just go all to one place? Obviously, the government has stole my fucking idea. All they need to do is put smokes in the liquor store now, and they will essentially have made the Nova Scotia, which is the province we live in, fuckaroo.
It's called the Nova Scotia Fuckaroo now.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to sue the government for that one.
Good thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't, sorry, Mr. Premier here, don't sue me for that, or don't come after me. You don't know who I am. Anyway, I'm seeing an article here, this obviously from a while ago, but like, apparently in the first 2 weeks, like, there was $43 million of revenue.
Oh wow.
I'm
not like that surprised, but like, it's just a crazy number.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, like, it not to get too into like the political side of things, but obviously everyone has their own take on marijuana. My take on marijuana is, I think it should be legal, because like,
Why not?
I don't think it's any more harmful than like alcohol.
Literally.
And that's the thing. Like, people are like, oh, well, weed can do this to you and this to you, and it's like, oh yeah, well, liquor can do a whole bunch of bad shit to you too. Like, neither of them are good for you. Neither of these things are like necessarily good for you. It's just like,
yeah,
how bad are they for you, right? And like,
totally.
Is the risk reward worth it? So I think it is. Like, I think that like the things that we can do to you are so minimal that like it should just be legal. And like, even if a smaller country, like in terms of population, like Canada, can make $43 million in revenue in the opening 2 weeks, and who knows how much since it's been legalized back in November, December, like, you know what I mean? It's just, that's so much money. Like, you may as well be making money off of something that people are going to do that's not that harmful for them, like, as opposed to just drug dealers making all that money, right?
Exactly. You're putting a stop to a big part of organized crime, and you're also doing something that's positive for the economy. So I feel like it was almost a no-brainer. It's just a matter of how, it took a long time for it to actually to be set in motion. It is something that Justin Trudeau promised, like on his campaign speech or whatever. Is that it? When he first when
he was campaigning.
Yeah, when he was campaigning, it's something that he promised to do. And honestly, like, when I heard that, I was like, yeah, right. Like, that's just something like he's saying to win a lot of people over. But it actually happened. So
yeah, I think it's a good thing, man. I think it's
a good thing as well. And sorry to cut you off. Fucking oof. I just there you go. I just lost my whole entire train of thought. Damn.
Well, I think it's come a long way, because like, weed used to be, for like, obviously this is television, and maybe I'm just getting this shit from Narcos or something, but like, back, like, it wasn't long ago that like people were criminalizing weed, like they criminalized like heroin and cocaine, like, in the sense that not in the same, maybe they weren't punished the same way, but like, that was how they were looking at it. They're like, weed is evil scum of the earth, like, that's how the government would look at it. And like, it's weird to think that like, now that the people growing up as like, I don't know, like born in the 2010s, that like in Canada are just going to be like, yeah, it's just weed. Like, what do you mean? Like, what's so weird about weed being legal? It's been legal as long as I can remember. Like, I think I don't think we've talked about this officially on the podcast, because like I said, I don't think we uploaded that episode, but like, it's an interesting concept to think about, and I think it's a good thing.
Do you mean like the 2020s? Like, people born in the 2020s.
Well, not necessarily. Like the people born in the 2010s, like if someone was born in 2010, they'd be what 7 now. So like
Yeah.
they wouldn't even really like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like
true, yeah.
they're just like starting to figure shit out. Like they'd be like, well, I was fucking like 7 when 20. Did I just say no? I said 2012. Okay, shit.
I think it's reasonable to have that age restriction on weed, like the same thing with alcohol, and
I think it should be higher, if anything. It should be higher than 21, I think.
yeah, just for the concern of the full development of your mind as a young adult, and as well as that, it is the same thing as alcohol, really. Like if you're out here drinking every day and you're just getting like you're just fucking destroying your liver and you're just becoming a raging alcoholic, like it's the same thing with weed. Like you just need to take everything. That's where moderation comes into play. Like you can't just do something all the time, every day, like all the time. Like you can't just live like that. Like it's the same thing if you were smoking weed every day. Like it depends like how productive of a person you are, I guess. Like if you're or like whatever else effects that weed might have on you. Like if you're smoking weed so much to the point where you it starts to mess with your mind, like then maybe you should just be like, well, I'm gonna stop smoking weed now.
Yes, it's not for everyone.
And
It really isn't for everyone.
yeah, of course. And for alcohol, like it goes the same way
thing,
where
yeah.
if you're drinking alcohol every day and then you start to have like kidney pains or like you're just fucking yourself up, then that's where you should also be like, I'm gonna stop drinking alcohol. And it's really the same thing. You can become addicted to anything almost if you do it all the time. Like certain foods too. Like if you're eating McDonald's like every day, it's gonna be hard to stop eating McDonald's from that point on, because you've just grown so accustomed to like fast food and like fucking fake burger patties and disgusting ingredients, I guess, from McDonald's or Burger King or wherever you're eating, I guess.
Moderation.
I know some people that just eat fast food like every single day.
I see. I think I used to be able to do that. Well, I did but now I don't know, I've been going to the gym, like trying to make like being fit more part of my life, and like when you actually like expend energy and then you feed your body shit, like you actually feel like shit. Like
yeah, I agree.
Like you know what I mean? Like you like sometimes I used to just be able to be like, oh well, I'm gonna skip a meal and just eat a bag of potato chips instead, and like my stomach would be full, so I'd feel good. But like if I do that shit now, if I skip a meal and I fucking just eat like a bag of Doritos or some shit, I feel like ass. Like I'm like my stomach will like groan at me and be like, why did you do this? Like why didn't you go fucking eat some chicken and rice or some shit, like some actual like healthy shit, like some broccoli or something.
And mentally too, like you eat a bag of Doritos and you're like, well, what did that get me? Like I got like 0.2 grams of protein and fucking 50 grams of sugar and 200 grams of carbohydrates. Like now I just feel like a fat fuck because I ate this whole bag of Doritos.
Slows you down, yeah. But again, I guess the main point, the main overarching point here is moderation in anything. Like, like I guess it's a different, like you want to say like, heroin, like you should probably just not do heroin at all. So the moderation for heroin would be just to not do it at all.
Yeah, there's certain things that like I believe, and I'm sure Christian believes as well, that you shouldn't even do once.
Yeah, it's I guess what it all comes down to with weed is like what your stance is on it. But I think that if you're completely closed off to what weed is, I think that you just have a little bit of a stigma in your head. Like I think like you've been led to believe something, unless you have personal experience with it. But like again, I feel like I've had personal experience with weed. I've had bad experiences with weed where like I just smoked all the time, and like now it actually like makes me anxious to smoke. Like I don't really like smoking at all. I don't do it anymore. But like the reasonable conclusion that I've come to from that is not fuck weed. Not everyone, like no one should smoke weed. It's just like I know my limitations with weed. So I'm going to respect those, and I'm not going to do this. But like, I also think other people should be able to smoke weed. So it's not often that you meet someone that actually has like had a lot of experience with the drug that is just like, this is fucking the scourge of Satan, and fucking no one should smoke weed. It should be legalized and buried in the ground and fucking set on fire and shit. Like, so That's my take on it. But again, it all comes down to your personal take on what you think marijuana is. Like, if you really do think it's the scourge of Satan or what. So
I think it's really hard to think that now as like older people, just because it's legal and like you can't really say shit about it anymore. Like you can't be like, oh, like you fucking loser, like you smoke weed. Like you can't look at people that smoke weed and be like, oh, that guy's a druggie. Like you can't have that stance anymore because it's legal by the Canadian government now. So you can't really have that viewpoint on it. Like it's just one of those things that that you're just gonna have to accept, I guess. Like to parents out there, if your kids are smoking weed, like there's a lot worse things that they could be doing. Like you should be thankful that your kid's not out there doing meth or heroin or whatever else the fuck they want to do, like pills or shit like that. Like it's just it's just like drinking in my opinion, and it's just like, how can you shame someone for smoking weed? Like let's say, and you're just one of those people that like likes to have a beer for supper, and then they have a beer later on when they're watching TV, and then a beer like closer to when they're going to bed. Like how can you, as a person that does something like that, like shame someone for smoking weed? Like it's weird to think that like people like that can look down on people that choose to do that.
yeah, I think people are kind of forced into accepting a little bit more. I think it'll be phased out. Like I think by the time we name our seniors, like it'll just be like accepted, which is weird to think. But fucking, what was I gonna say? Hold on. Fuck, I lost my thought.
I know, I hate when that happens, man. Roy. Oi?
Oi, one sec. I think I have it. I'm digging. Oh yeah, my grandmother like asked me one time. Like she didn't half-heartedly ask me, but I think she asked me seriously. She's like, "Oh, have you ever smoked weed?" But I think she was expecting like a resounding no, and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I've smoked weed," and she's like, looked like she almost had like a mini heart attack, and she was just like, "Oh, I wish I never asked." Like seriously, like she's like, "Oh fuck, I wish I never asked."
I can totally see why she reacted that way, because like when she was growing up, like again, it's like what we were just talking about, where it was like not quite as, it's not considered like heroin or anything like that, but it's just one of those things that's heavily stigmatized, and like it's one of those things that it goes back to what I said earlier. Like some people can smoke weed, and then there's people that are meant to not smoke weed. And you have to figure out if you're one of those people, and you have to make that decision for yourself. Like if you wanna like not be, if you don't want to like make yourself a lazy shit, I guess, and like just be unproductive, and like also like if you're a person that like, let's say if you smoke weed and then you get the munchies really bad, and then you just eat a bunch and get fat, like maybe that's not for you. Like maybe you just try drinking, or I don't know. Everyone has their vice, and like you can't really shame someone. Like that's like, I don't know, like it's like getting mad at like kids for juuling or whatever the fuck it is. Like I don't know much about that, but I'm not like, oh, kids shouldn't be juuling or what. I don't know how you pronounce it. Like kids shouldn't be doing that. Like it's as bad as cigarettes. Like I don't know much about it, so I can't really have a viewpoint on it, really.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I could definitely go on with this, but I do need to take an intermission. So 1 second here. What's up, people? We're getting ready. We're coordinating for the premiere of Captain Marvel.
More like the premiere of my cock.
Yeah, we've. Anyway, moving on.
All right, you didn't have anything to say to that one?
I do have something to say. For some reason, I could be wrong about this. I'm Googling it right now to see if I'm right. But historically, it seems like for some reason most premiere nights are. Yeah, so like Captain Marvel premieres tomorrow in the US, but it premieres tonight in. This was the case with like Infinity War. This is the case with every blockbuster film. For some reason in Canada, it premieres on Thursday as opposed to Friday,
which is lit.
Yeah, because we get movies first. So
losers.
+1 for Canada. Anyway, we are moving into our most famous section for which we have got the most pussy, our
Shit.
Would You Rather section.
I don't think we've gotten any pussy.
Yeah, I think we've got precisely 0 pussy from our podcast.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Like virgin.
All right, I'm moving on from this. I'm not a virgin, by the way. I've had sex.
Prove it.
I'll get her to sign a form.
What's her name then?
Emridia.
So usually people that lie have a hard time thinking about fake names.
It was Joe.
Josephina.
Josephina.
Where's
Yeah.
she from? See, now you can't even get the country right.
Canada.
Where in Canada?
Dartmouth.
How old is she?
27?
How old were you?
16.
Ah, okay. So you were 16 and you had sex with a 27-year-old named Josephina. What does she do for a career?
She went to a different school, like McGill or something.
McGill?
Yeah, university.
McGill University.
Yeah.
I went to McGill University and I've never met a Josephina.
Well, she probably graduated before you got there, so.
Sure.
Yeah, and I fucked her like 5 times at least.
Okay, where?
Probably more. Her house.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna ask her, and I'm gonna direct message her and say, "Did you have sex with a Christian?"
Yeah. Did you do it?
Yeah, because this guy's saying that you guys had sex, and I really don't think that his story's true. To be honest with you,
It is true. Just ask Josephine if you're listening. you cat. You sly cat. I know that you're listening. I know you still love me. Listen, bitch, it's over. All right. No more sex. Okay, we're done. You how old is you? 32 years old now. You 32-year-old MILF. I'm sorry, it's over. I can't do it anymore.
that was a power play.
Yeah. And she's crying
Breaking
right
up with
now.
your imaginary girlfriend, you loser.
She wasn't my girlfriend. She was my imaginary. I mean my fuck buddy.
Yeah, your imaginary fuck buddy, you loser.
No, I'm not a virgin. Anyway, comment in the section in the comment in the comment section below about if you think I'm a virgin or not.
You have no self-worth now.
Yeah, I'm not worth anything. My would you rather
That's
is
a winning mentality. Sorry to cut you off, but that is truly a winning mentality. Like if you
judge your worth.
if you judge your own self-worth on how many women that you slept with, like, and actually, like, not being sarcastic, it's pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
And I know quite a few people that are like that. And like, I'm not going to name any names, but if you've listened this far into the podcast, you probably have an idea who you are. And
and don't punch us in the head next time you see us, you pathetic virgins.
because that would be not very cool of you if you did that. But anyway,
I'll get Josephina to beat you up.
yeah, I'll get my imaginary girlfriend
She's not
/
imaginary.
boyfriend to beat you up.
She's a black belt in taekwondo, karate, boxing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she's a black belt in boxing, so don't fuck with her, okay? She gave the best fucking blowjobs.
You don't even know what a blowjob is, you loser.
Yeah, it's when you fucking put your dick in between a girl's titties, man.
All right, moving on.
Would you rather? I know I've said something similar. It's a completely different dynamic. But would you rather have sex with the hottest girl?
This is similar to the last one.
It's similar, but it's a different take on it because I'm not very creative with these things, if we're being honest. Would you rather have sex with the hottest girl you have ever seen, but she's been freshly dead for 2 days, or have sex with
Safety.
fuck. You have to eat. Man, this guy just farted in my face, man. We have to lean into the mic, and you farted into the mic.
I tried
No, you didn't. You stood up and you pointed your ass towards the mic, you fucking fag.
I tried to not fart, dude. Like, I didn't think it was going to actually be a fart.
Yeah, I thought I was just gonna shit myself.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. My bad.
For a second, I thought I thought I was in our bathroom, man.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, now that I've got productive gear up now. I wish you guys had a fucking. I wish we had a camera so you could see this.
So you could smell this.
Yeah, 3D. That's a real 3D podcast.
It's
We'll get that.
We have 8D audio.
Yeah, we're gonna get that so that you can smell our farts when we fart, and you can smell our drinks.
Yeah, once we upgrade our audio, you'll be sure to be able to smell what's going on in the podcast.
Yeah, and trust me, you're gonna be pretty disgusted. But what was I gonna say? Or there's not to make fun of morbidly obese people, but you have to eat the ass of a 600-pound girl who just ate Indian food and had a diarrhea shit. just like spicy curry, like spicy chicken curry. Up the ass, butter chicken, like
how long do I have to do that for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh my god, man! Do I get like any like deathly illness from this? Like,
no, you're okay.
I don't get any diseases.
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm eating the girl's ass then that just ate the
and she hasn't wiped either, and she's sweaty.
Yeah. So she's 600 pounds. She pooped herself because she had Indian food,
and she's gonna sit on your face.
Well, and then I'm probably gonna die after that.
No, you'll be okay. It'll be a little bit of a smothering, but.
All right, well, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to dunk my head in, like, fucking vinegar and, like, try to disinfect myself and, like, in disinfectant and, like, vinegar and, like, and fucking club soda and...
Yeah.
And whatever the hell I can think of, and bleach, too, and bleach.
Yeah, maybe I should have made it a little harder on you.
Because I'm not having sex with a dead person, like...
Yeah, but she's so hot, though.
I don't care how hot she is.
And
like,
she's been freshly embalmed.
That may be, but like I'm not having sex with a dead person at all.
Yeah, no. See, I definitely fucked a dead person.
Okay.
I'm joking. I wouldn't. That's weird. Like that's straight up weird.
I wouldn't be able to like.
Maybe I made this one a little bit
I wouldn't be able
easy.
to like.
You'd be fucking a cold body.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to like prepare myself to do. There's no way to prepare yourself to do that. Like unless you're actually like a necrophiliac, and like it's just weird to think like how people can actually have the mindset where they're like this is okay to do, and also it turns me on.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It is like
you're a weirdo if you're into like necrophilia. Like my opinion, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, if you've had sex like me, if you've had sex like I have,
sure, dude.
Yeah, you'll know that vaginas are warm and not cold,
and they feel like sandbags.
Yeah, you know when you put your dick in a vagina and it just feels like a
sandcastle.
Like like one of those hot water bags you put on yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Like when you have a headache and shit.
I totally know that feeling. Like it feels like you're almost like there's a balloon around your penis.
Yeah, it's really magical. So like to fuck a dead person and to have it feel just cold, then,
like a cold balloon,
and also just like knowing what you're doing. Like this is an inanimate body. Like this is like a body that once was a person and now is dead.
You're committing a crime against humanity.
It's kind of fucked up. Whereas like I made this one a little bit too easy.
To me, like it's comparative. Like with like. It's completely different, but like I compare it, like I hold it to this almost the same standard as like maybe raping someone, because like it's one of those things where,
in a sense,
it's one of those things that you really should never even consider it a possibility to do. Like that's the way that I'm comparing those two. Like it's something that you shouldn't even consider it a possibility.
You're seriously disrespecting someone's body when you fuck a dead body.
Yeah, you're disrespecting the body and the memory of the person, and like I don't know. I think you made this one a little bit too easy. Like it's just a little bit weird too. But you know what? That's fine because I've asked some weird ones.
How about she's freshly dead?
No,
like she passed away while you're fucking her.
Still no, I think, because like that would also be a weird experience that you'd never forget.
Yeah. All right, I'll work on my would you rather's. You know, I'll go back to the drawing board.
I'm sure that's happened to people though. Like they're having sex with someone and then the person just dies. Like,
for example, I guarantee it at least has once happened.
Yeah, totally. Like maybe like two 90-year-old people are having sex. I mean, I don't even know if you can really have sex at that point. Can you?
If there's a will, there's a way. I think.
Yeah, I know some people have fake like penises where it's like a button on the bottom of your nutsack and you press it and it's like there's a balloon in your dick kind of thing and it like inflates
what?
your dick. Yeah,
That's a real thing?
That's a real thing. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I had the surgery done like the other day, so like it's pretty dope.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah. Anyway,
what's your would you rather? You cunt?
That's a good question. We'll probably have to take a quick intermission for the very first time.
Wait, no. While instead of doing intermission,
safety.
Oh, you fuck! You fuck! God damn it!
My bad, dude.
Maybe you guys at home can laugh at this, but he's literally blasting salsa and fucking sour cream launched fucking farts into my face. No, let's do a movie review of Velvet Buzzsaw. We watched that last night. It was in my opinion, spoiler free, ambitious, but very disappointing. Nothing satisfactory about it.
Yeah, it's like it was. I agree with what Christian said. It was ambitious.
Original.
It was original. It could have been a good movie. It tried too hard to be an original movie, and there was a few things in the movie that bothered me. Like there was a dude, for example, that was wearing AirPods, and then.
Well, and he was like a low life, like he had a very like non-prestigious job.
But it wasn't that bothered me. It was like the fact that he had AirPods and then like Jake Gyllenhaal had a flip phone to like contact people. Like, why would you not have a smartphone if a dude's wearing AirPods and you're in the same office that you work in?
And that's what I mean. Like Jake Gyllenhaal, Jake Gyllenhaal. Whatever. Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. Love that guy, by the way. Great actor. Jake Gyllenhaal's character was like a very like top-notch like art reviewer, like very rich, and he has a flip phone, and this guy was like a truck driver.
Yeah,
he drove a pickup truck and was like had AirPods in.
I was impressed with the acting of everyone in the movie.
It was the script of the movie ultimately that was a downfall,
and the way that they wrapped it up. Like it was pretty slow paced, like for the first like hour and 20 minutes of the movie, and then
by the way, it's a 2-hour long movie.
Yeah, and in the last like 40 or 30 minutes, like that's when it starts to like pick up. But like it's almost like they're like, oh yeah, like we need to. Spoiler alert, by the way. It's almost like they were like, oh yeah, we need to kill off the rest of the characters, so let's just figure out a quick way to do that, and then we'll just wrap up the movie.
They literally killed the two main characters in a scene, like a back and forth scene. Jake Gyllenhaal and I don't know who the other girl is, but like she was good at being a cunt. Like me and Liam both hated her character, so good acting.
Oh, yeah.
If you can make me hate you, then I think that's good acting or good writing in a sense. But like,
yeah, and you said you really loved Bryce Walker's character on 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, great character.
Yeah, you said there was more than meets the eye.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. But anyway, so obviously you can see the eyes of this critic here is
you can see where his priorities are at.
Very enlightened. So, but yeah, they killed literally the two main characters, like what most of the plot derives around. Like they killed them off in the scene, like within like literally 2.5 minutes of each other. Like it's one of those movies like you get an hour in. If you're gonna, I said this to Liam exactly last night. If you're gonna call the climax of an hour of a movie an hour into the movie, that's okay, but you can't have the movie or an hour 20 into the movie. You know what I mean? So like there's at this point I'm looking at the movie. There's 27 minutes left, and like the real climax hasn't happened yet. So like if you're gonna call the climax of a movie an hour 20 into it, that's okay, but you need to give me a real climax. And if that means that you make the movie 2 hours 30 minutes long, then that's okay. But like they're just like, all right, well it's time, and boom, 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 everyone dies, and it's just like there's no like real like fuckery with it. Like it's supposed to be like a scary movie, but like it wasn't scary because they just kill people like bam, 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 they're all dead. Like it was the word that comes to mind is unsatisfactory. The foundation of the movie is there, but like it's unsatisfactory. It never fulfills on any of the things that you hope it's gonna do. And maybe that's because they're trying to be artistic and have people go home and be like, oh yes, I see the meaning to that movie, but like, nah,
there's not even really a greater meaning to the movie. It was just like a movie that was like
it was supposed to be a scary movie. I think it was supposed to like be freaky.
I would even say more of a thriller.
Yeah,
it was just like but it didn't do a very good job at being a thriller. It was just kind of weird, like the way they wrap things up, and like And another spoiler alert, it was like, okay, like I understand, like for the girl that was afraid she was gonna die, like from her art or whatever she had in her house, like her art, it was kind of a dumb way to kill her off. That she had like a tattoo on the back of her neck, and it was like velvet buzzsaw.
Yeah, because she was the velvet buzzsaw.
Yeah, and the tattoo, the ink started spinning on her neck and chopped through her neck and just killed her. Like a tattoo, like that's such a retarded way to kill off a character. Like I was not impressed with that. I was like, oh, huh, like. They showed the tattoo like earlier on in the movie, like I guess it was like foreshadowing, but like it wasn't really a creative way to kill off a character at all. And after that, I was like, yeah, like I would probably give this movie like a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, two milk bones out of 5. Yeah. And actually, I think that is the worst review that we've given on here. And if you guys have stuck around for long enough, you'll know that we're not movie critics by any means, but like this was just, it could have been a good movie, and that's what's so disappointing about it, is that it could have been a good movie. Like I said, they had a solid foundation, but they just didn't execute on any of the things that they wanted to do, and it's just disappointing.
And me and Christian were talking about this like right after the movie. Like I think we could both like make a better story to we want to eventually make a short film, and like I already have a really good idea on what I would like to have in the short film and like what it's based off of and like the story of it, and like
in the works question mark.
Yeah, in the works question mark. I believe we could totally make a better concept for like a thriller or a horror movie, and like I'm not just talking out of my ass right now because it's something that like I'd actually like to bring to fruition. And I think it'd be pretty fun and like something to cross off your bucket list as well, like one of those kind of things. But I truly do believe like we could make a good short film.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Would I recommend you to watch Velvet Buzzsaw? Give it a watch if you want to. It's not like one of those movies like you walk out of it and you're like, this was an absolute disgrace of a movie. Like it's not like horrible. It just like it kind of like trends up a little bit. Like it goes up, and then it stagnates, and then it goes down, and it goes down, and it doesn't get to the point where it's like, wow, this is really good. Like even for a moment, like you're just kind of like the whole way through, you're just like, eh.
I would have rather watched like a movie I've already seen that I know is good than like watch Velvet Buzzsaw in the first place. That's what I'll say about it. Yeah,
Jake Gyllenhaal. However the fuck you say, I love you, man. You're a great actor, but like, I'm sorry, man. This just wasn't it. It just wasn't a great movie, man. Yeah. So it's not your fault. It's not his fault though. It's the writer's fault and the director's fault.
Yeah, I mean that's true. It's just like
he was good. Like he was good for what it was. Like nothing exceptional.
It's just like hard for me to believe that like all the actors watched like a pre-screening and were like, this is fire. Like on the pre-screening, like before the movie like was released, and they're all just like, this is excellent. Like we've just made an excellent movie.
Well, I don't think they get a final say in it anyway. Like,
no, but like just like as an actor, like
they're probably not very proud of it. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know, but moving on to my would you rather be able to live and sustain yourself underwater and like not be attacked by like sharks and stuff like that and things that can kill you?
A positive would you rather?
Yes, or would you rather know every martial art in existence?
Underwater, for sure. That'd be dope as fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick the underwater one too, just because like there's a lot of the ocean that hasn't been explored.
Yeah, imagine if you could just dive down into Marianas Trench.
Yeah, and like just find like what's at the very bottom, and like also just like go
see it firsthand.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it'd be incredible, but
it's weird to think that like we live on a planet in which like we don't really know a lot about the seafloor. Like it's a complete mystery to us. Like we almost know more about space than we do about the seafloor,
which is crazy.
Yeah, they discover I don't know how many, but like a lot of new species every year. Anyway, we'll elaborate on that more in 1 second. Sorry. Anyway, what would you guys fucking rather? You fucking pussies. Anyway, it's been Trill. You already know what it is. Go watch Captain Marvel. Give them your money. Just give them your money, because that shit's gonna be dope as fuck. We're gonna go see that shit right now, and we'll let you guys know what we thought about it next week on the fucking podcast. Make sure, as always, to suck on Gam Gam's fat cock. That's right, we didn't forget about that gag. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye.